So, today has been a crazy day. This is like the 5th time I've tried to record this, and VShojo information just keeps coming out. I'm trying not to get too angry about it just because, like, it's... What happened, and it sucks. The problem, of course, is that the people that are responsible for this are just gone. At least we have no idea where Gunrun is, or any of the managers. But I will say that what VShojo has done to everyone is disgusting. It's infuriating. And it should never have happened in the first place. Because what they're saying is basically, by not saying anything, they're saying that they've done something wrong. And the fact that the only person who has spoken was with Kson, and that was the JP CEO. And that he was willing to go live and address the chat and Kson. I have to actually admit that I'm impressed by that, and I'm glad that he was willing to do that. However, of course, nothing much came out of it because he doesn't have much information either. And whether that's true or not, I'm more willing to give him the benefit of the doubt because at least he had the balls to come out and say something and to address Kson, personally. But man, she was, quitting on live stream with the CEO there. That's definitely a Kson. That's definitely up her alley. And I was ready to just start recording this video, but then Michi, then Zentreya released a video talking about her experiences and especially her frustrations with the auditions and stuff. And that started to get me upset again. And then Michi released her video. And I swear I was ready to go full dad mode. This is, protect my daughter kind of thing like that, and just hunt down Gunrun or whoever vanished with the money. God, the Iron Mouse video isn't bad enough. Seeing that over $500,000 is gone is disgusting. With no excuse, no explanation, no receipts, nothing. At least as of the recording of this video. And honestly, I don't care what they say anymore because there's nothing that can justify the fact that not just Iron Mouse, but every single one of the talents is lost a lot of money. Is not been paid, and for God's sakes, this is ridiculous. The fact that this has been going on for a while, and these ladies all gave, and Kena and Kuro, all gave Gunrun and VShojo the benefit of the doubt and proved to have been betrayed. Hearing Henya talk about this, especially after everything she's gone through, that's the worst part. To me, that's the worst part, is because VShojo was kind of like people joked it was like the retirement home for VTubers from corporations. Michi, Kena and Kuro, Henya, Matara Khan, they were all, really mistreated horribly by it wasn't so much Henya, because it was more the Twitter and the internet itself that went after her. But so many of the talents at VShojo had gone through such shit. Kson had to deal with the whole China thing way back in the day, just because she accidentally showed the screen. And the moment Gunrun started bringing these ex-Niji talents on and helping them out, giving them a place to kind of get their lives back in order, that was a fucking amazing thing. And we all gave them the benefit, and that was revamping VShojo's reputation, But this $500,000 missing to the Immune Deficiency Foundation, a fucking non-profit that Iron Mouse and everyone in VShojo has run fundraisers for. Nothing. Gone. Poof. No one knows where the money is. No one's saying where the money is. And now every single talent has left VShojo within 24 hours. I don't blame a single one of them. But I will say this, I am livid. I am pissed off. I am frustrated. and there's nothing that we can do. The only thing we can do is keep harassing to try to, not harassing the talents, obviously. They have nothing to do with this. They are victims of this whole thing. And honestly, from what it sounds like with the contracts, they have every right to do file a suit, potentially as employees. And I'm not sure what the laws are, where they are. They of course live in different areas, and I don't know where VShojo's headquarters is. But VShojo is going to have to face a reckoning legally, because this is, at worst embezzlement, at best gross incompetence and negligence. And I just don't even know which is the one I prefer, because I don't think I prefer any. I think I would prefer everyone just get the fucking money, and VShojo just washes their hands and said, "I'm sorry, we're shutting down because we obviously can't do our job." And this is the frustrating thing to me, because VShojo's never really has been a VTuber agency like we think of with Nichibaka and Covercore. They really are more along the lines of talent management company, which I have never hired a talent manager, but I've looked into it. I'm more looking for talent agent right now for the voiceover work, but a talent manager is supposed to, you hire them. If I was to get a talent manager, I would be hiring this person and paying them a salary. That's typically the way it works. They work for you, the talent, the actor, whoever it is that's hiring them, to manage your mundane activities such as social media, reaching out to connect with people in the case of VTubing, collabs, reaching out to potential sponsors, reaching out to artists and riggers and all that stuff to get the projects moving. Find out, what do you need from me? What do you need? And asking questions back and forth. That's what a talent manager is. Their job is to free up the talent to do their job, which is create content. In this case, as far as a VTuber. As a voice actor, that would allow me to do auditions and allow to focus on just getting recording. But VShojo talk to talk, and turns out they've been taking more money from these ladies than even they were supposed to. Like, a talent manager would not be taking a percentage. They would be paid an annual salary. They would be paying a salary just like an employed person, because they would be employed by the talent. But it's like VShojo wanted to have their cake and eat it too, as best I can tell. They weren't cover. They allow the talents to have their come in with their IP and leave with their IP. So it's not a corpo in the sense that we think of idol companies or VTuber agencies, where the VTuber agency owns the character, owns the IP, the brand of the talent, and they hire people to come in and be those characters, And you give revenue streams, and you whatever the percentage is off of merch, which a lot of that's not surprising. I mean, a talent agent will typically take 15%, but the point is, their job is to get you work. They don't get paid unless you get paid. So they're supposed to actively be working to find work for you. That's not what VShojo does. VShojo is more, I guess, in some cases, like a merchandise company for, arranging and supposed to be coordinating merch sales and getting that made, which apparently they couldn't do that either, because Mataro was having huge issues with them. They were supposed to manage brand deals and collaborations, which they did somewhat, but not quite well. It's like they tried to do so many things and failed and was just not able to do it right. And now we're faced with money gone. Just gone. And none of the ladies, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting Kano and Kuro, I apologize. All of them not being paid. And that to me is the biggest thing that needs to be addressed. And VShojo has to release a statement if they haven't done it already, because I honestly haven't looked, I haven't tried, because I just wanted to get this done, because I've been pulling my hair out all day as video after video after video came out. But I know for myself, I am furious, I am angry, I want answers, because all of these talent need to just get their money so that they can just live their lives. But there needs to be a reckoning. Somebody needs to be held accountable for gross negligence at best. And if it's embezzlement, like Gunrun took the money and ran, that's criminal. Like, that's got to be, there has to be an accountability. Like, this is like getting to Niji Baka level shit. And that's one of the reasons I kept saying on Twitter that I was frustrated and furious for Keinan Kuro, Michi Mochivi, Matara Khan, even though she left. You know, there were so many talents that were screwed over by Niji Baka badly. Keinan Kuro and Michi, their finances were effed up by Niji. Taxes were screwed up badly to the point that they could have been on the hook for tens of thousands of dollars. And Gunrun came in and helped them out. And I respected that at the time, but that to turn around and do this to these people who were outright felt they owed the company something because they helped them out, fuck you. I am just sick of that shit. You don't get the right to do that to these people. They put their trust in you and you betrayed them. And I don't care even if Gunrun didn't do anything. He's the CEO. He's the face of VShojo. And it's just like we would with Logan Paul and his crypto shit. He's the person that hired the people to do the stuff, which means he is just as accountable because he's the leader. He's the boss. The buck stops with him. And in this case, with Gunrun, the buck stops with him. He has to answer for this stuff and give an explanation, give receipts, give an explanation to how all of this happened and how he's going to make it right. That's the key. He needs to make it right. VShojo needs to make this right. And it's got to happen soon because this is disgusting. And I encourage all the ladies, all the talents to go pursue legal means if you're financially able to. And like in Michi's case, but in all their cases, please do not let this make you feel like you're less or that you're a fool or that you are lesser in any way. None of this is your fault. I'm going to say this right now. I'm speaking as, as a dad. This is not your fault. You did nothing wrong. You trusted them. You had a contract and they violated it. They violated you. They broke everything. And now you are unfortunately left holding the bag, but you have means to hold them accountable. Please continue to do that. Please. You all deserve everything that you're owed. And even if they can't get all of it to you, you still deserve a portion of it. And I would prefer that they come up with a way to give all the money back. But that's never happened with a corporation going under. Who knows if it's bankruptcy or what. Either way, gross negligence, incompetence at the least. Financial embezzlement at the worst. And I want somebody to be held accountable. And I want every single one of the talents from VShojo to get some form of compensation, some reimbursement, so that at least there can be a closure on this whole thing. They can move on with their lives and at least maybe, hopefully, if they're not financially hit hard by this, because like in some cases, Kson hasn't been paid since last year. Iron Mouse apparently wasn't being paid. All of them weren't being paid. Who knows for how long? If it's been since last year, I hope to God every one of them had enough saved up over the years from everything they had in order to make it through. It sounds like they are, but that's not an excuse. So I know this rant is going on. I really just wanted to kind of give it from the cuff like I did before with Niji. I don't want to turn this into like a constant series where every time somebody does a video, I'm doing a video. That's not how I want to run this. But damn it, this needs to be said. Even from a channel as small as mine to the biggest ones like Moist Critical, like this needs to get out and they need to be held. And VShojo needs to be come at from all directions and demanded and forced to give an accounting of what happened. And until that happens, there will be no peace for them, because this was a betrayal of the highest order. Like, It's not Nijibaka level because they have predators and they have a whole lot of other things that are just, we're not even going to talk about that in this video because that's another thing that'll make me blow a gasket. But VShojo is up there now. Congratulations. You're up there like close second to Nijibaka. I'm impressed. It took you 24 hours of all this coming out to get to that level. You don't want to be there. Fix your shit. Fix it for all those talents that you fucked over. And please, dear God, straighten it out, get it settled, and just shut down and don't ever do this again because you clearly are not capable of running a business like this. So I'm just gonna let it go there. Please, if you have the chance to watch each of the talents video kind of outlining what's they're going through, be there to support them. Please leave comments. Donate to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I put the link to Iron Mouse's Tiltify on Twitter. Maybe I'll try to remember to do that here. Even if it's all you're doing is giving a kudos, you know, or offering your support, just kind words. Make sure Michi knows that she's loved and cared about, that we don't want her to feel like she did after she was treated shittily by Michi. Okay? Let's just... Everyone's already helping, and I'm impressed with how much the new fundraiser has increased. Last I knew, it was over $600, almost $700,000. For all I know, it might actually be up to $100,000. I'm gonna click right now and check on it because I would love if it. Nope, $759,000, and that's in 24 hours. That's insane, and that's beautiful. That shows that the community. The VTuber community can come together and say, in spite of the fuck all that company did, we're going to try to at least fix something. And this gives me hope, you know, in spite of some of the shit that's happening and all the crap on Twitter sometimes, that we can come together and put anything aside and say, there was wrong done, we're going to right it. So I hope everyone has a good rest of your week. I'll try not to do any more videos like this for this event because the ladies are already addressing their points. More information has to come out, and I really hope that we do get answers and we get the truth and get some resolution for this. So thank you for hanging with me for this, to just let me vent, to let me get my frustrations out. You sometimes have to, or you're gonna go crazy. And I hope you all have a great weekend, and give your love and your support to all of the talents from VShojo. And, you know, I hope Phase Connect, I hope the other remaining corpos at least conduct themselves in honorable and at least decent ways. So everyone take care. Thank you. And I will hopefully see you next stream. So, thanks for supporting everyone. Take care.